Once I had left my elven friend's home, I had made my way through the elven city, when... Oi! I heard a strange noise. I should have minded my own business. Apparently, in my investigation, I found two hooded figures working on the wall of the city. I inquired to them what they were doing. My heart was filled with terror as they looked at me and revealed that they were Drowtina spies. They were not happy with my interference, so they threw me into a trunk and... what it sounds like. I've put my trunk into a wagon. They're taking me somewhere, and I'm scared to reach my final destination. I discovered that our destination was an underground shack by an underground river. My captors threw me in a closet. I can hear them talking, but not what they're saying. They are probably wondering what to do with me. I fear once they find out that I'm not worth much to anyone, they might... I'd rather not think about it. I need to find an escape. Wait! Who the hell are you?
Release your captive.
Over a dead body, senor. What the? A drowned gentleman in dark clothes, a hat, a cape, and a mask that barely covered his face, had saved me from my closet prison. He said his name was El Perrito, which I was sure wasn't his real name. He told me that he had heard about bandits kidnapping elven nobles and ransoming them. I asked him how he knew this, but he said he had his sources, and wouldn't say more than that. That did sound ominous, but one does not question their savior. I told him about my mission, and with little surprise to me, he had a story to tell me about himself. A quick note, El Perrito wished to keep his identity a secret, so I will be changing names for his protection and the protection of those involved in the story.
My name is Santiago Zoliandio. I was a drow noble of some repute. I was born into wealth and was loved by the women of my district. I loved them back. Little did I know it would be my undoing. I was on a night out on the town, talking with a few senoritas at a local cantina. That's how I got my new giant spider. He is a purebred. As usual, they swooned over me.
You are so funny, Santiago.
Oh, so handsome, Santiago.
Marry me, Santiago.
Ladies. Please, there is plenty of me to go at. The music started, and everyone started to dance, including her. Round, she was a vision. She wore a red dress that was frilly, but still clung to her beautiful frame. It flowed like flame around her. Her hair was a long silver, like moonlight flowing behind her. She flashed her eyes at me, which were like shining opals, seeing me, seeing through me. I was entranced by her. I had to know her. My female companions were not too pleased,
Santiago, darling,
Sweetie.
honey.
but I barely heard them as I found myself moving towards the red vision of loveliness. I don't remember walking up to the woman, but I found myself dancing with her, with one of my arms around her waist, my hand holding her hand. Her other arm was around my neck. We spun to a drowned waltz as we stared into each other's eyes. She started the conversation.
You seem to be enjoying yourself, Signor Zorlonio.
Hearing my name coming from those beautiful lips made me smile. I am, senorita. Until realization came to... Wait. How did you know my name? The woman merely smiled playfully and seductively.
What woman doesn't know of Santiago Zorlonio, noble of the House of Arna?
I was impressed. Usually I was the one who could see a woman's history all over her face. It was intriguing to be the one on the receiving end.
As much as I studied her, I couldn't get a read on her. She had to be some kind of enchantress to confuse me so. You seem to know me. May I have your name? The woman seemed to think on it for some time. She smiled at me.
Oh, no. We are not there yet.
Oh? She looked deep into my eyes with thin-lipped smile that arose a fiery passion inside me. She whispered to me, her hot breath hitting my ear and exciting me more.
Let's get out of here.
I was surprised by the request. Aren't you enjoying yourself here? She shrugged.
I am, but
She suddenly pressed her lips to my neck, sending a fresh surge of ecstasy through my body. She stared into my eyes.
I just think that we can enjoy ourselves someplace else. You know, somewhere private.
The woman could get no resistance from me. The woman and I walked through the city. Well, she walked, while I felt like I floated. We had found our way into an alley. We were getting passionate. And her lips were like the finest wine I ever tasted. She stopped and smiled at me.
I have a surprise for you.
Is that right? She nodded with a demure smile on her face.
Yes. Now close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes, Sue.
What am I getting?
I told you it is a surprise. Now close your eyes.
Fine. I closed my eyes and waited for my surprise. All right, I'm ready. I heard a low growl. Sweetheart, opened my eyes to see my surprise. Instead of a woman, I found myself facing a half-man, half-wolf creature staring at me. I screamed as the creature tore into me. Hot pain racked my body as it claws tore at my skin. In agony shot through as its teeth buried itself in my shoulder. I felt my lifeblood and organs spill out of me as I passed into unconsciousness. I woke to find myself in the alley. No trace of the woman. I limped through the city, trying to hold my insides. Well, inside. As I limped my way home, I discovered something in my hand. At least, the lack of something. I was under the impression that my guts were spitting out. When I looked down, I saw nothing. There wasn't even blood. At first, I thought I had a strange dream. But if that was the case, why did I wake up in an alley and not in my bedroom? Why did I feel as if my body had kept the pain from the attack? I guess I may have had too much to drink. I resolved to think that I drank too much. That would have been a comfort, but alas, I was brought to the reality of the situation when I saw the scars on my body. When I returned home, my parents lamented.
Mijo, where have you been?
She ran and hugged me tight.
We're sorry.
I hugged my madre back in happiness and confusion. I'm happy to see you, madre, but why are you so distraught? My madre looked up at me with eyes filled with tears and confusion.
You've been gone for days, my little niño.
Days? Madre took me to see my padre.
Rafael, Santiago is home.
My padre's eyes lit up as they saw me.
My little Santi.
He ran and embraced me. Oof! It hurt, but I welcomed my padre's hug. He let me go and slapped me in the back of the head. Ow!
Don't you ever worry us like that again.
I rubbed my sore head and gave my padre a pleading look. Sorry, Papa. My padre and I had a strange relationship. After a celebratory feast, I grew tired and went straight to my room. I tossed and turned in my bed, struggling for sleep when
Santiago.
I heard her. I jumped out of my bed to see her at my window. You! I jumped from my bed, charged towards her, and grabbed her by her shoulders. I shook her in rage. What did you do to me? The woman merely smiled at me.
I didn't finish the job.
What? She had instantly changed into the wolf monster again. I was horrified. No! As the monster lunged at me. Ah! I awoke in a panic. That was the last time I would see the woman. I never wanted to suffer an attack like that ever again, so I practiced with the sword. I was not practicing my swordplay. I I would be in the library reading up on creatures, where I'd learned that the woman was a werewolf, so that no other strange creatures could surprise me again. During my trainings and studying, a lot of weird things happened in between. I still had trouble sleeping. As I tossed and turned, thinking I was having terrible dreams, I would have vague memories of my dreams. As I would stalk through the farm district, where I would attack prey. I'd wake up, covered in blood and feathers, which made it awkward when I would pass by farmers.
Something keeps eating my chicken. I don't know what to do.
I knew I had lycanthropy, but we drow live underground, so there was no full moon to trigger my transformation. For a long time I could not figure out how or why I was changing, until one night. I was walking through the city, trying to clear my mind after a feeding, when I heard something.
Please. We are poor.
Please don't hurt us.
Quick. Here's the door.
I had to help, so I ran towards the noise. I ran to where I heard the noise, to find two bandits harassing a farmer and his wife on the road.
The bait has hurt you.
Innocent people being attacked and raging. I called up the bandits. Stop right there! The bandits turned their attention to me.
Huh?
As I drew my blade. Leave these people alone. The two bandits stared at me, then looked at each other, then broke into laughter.
Get out of this.
Yeah, mind your business.
I ignored them and brandished my sword. The farmer and his wife ran off as the bandits were distracted. One of the bandits tried to stop the couple,
Hey, no one said you could leave.
but they were too far away.
You cost us money, bastardo.
I fought the bandits as best I could. Despite my training, I had little experience to it. So I was quickly disarmed, and my arm was slashed. Pain brought me to the ground. I held my wounded arm as I felt the blood pour from my hand. I looked up to see the bandits standing over me.
Make quite the errors.
Any last words?
I was filled with rage as the bandits looked down and mocked me. The bandits stopped laughing and looked at me in horror.
What the?
What's going on?
My skin started to stretch. My clothes tore. My mouth grew into a snout with small, razor-sharp teeth. While the bandits watched me in shock, once my transformation was complete, their shock turned to laughter. I noticed that I was standing much smaller than the bandits in my new form. I'd finally realized what I was. I knew I was a lycanthrope, but I now realized I was a were-chihuahua. It was a rare condition for drow, and luckily, for me, I had it. My rage only grew as the bandits continued to laugh. In my rage, I went to shout at them, but since I was a dog man, I could only bark. However, my bark seemed to bother the bandits, as they grabbed their ears and winced in pain. My barking seemed to drive them mad, and they started to turn on each other.
This is all your fault.
My fault? It was your idea.
They started fighting each other. Until they dispatched one another. Fell to the ground dead. I thought it was an easy meal. At least my weird Chihuahua brain thought that, so.
The end of my savior's story didn't sit well with my stomach, but he did say that he had practiced controlling his beast. Now he uses his talents and situation to defend the innocent drow of his land. El Perrito was kind enough to lead me to a river. He provided me a boat and supplies so that I may Have a safe trip to the land of Tagoda. I bid him well and sail to my next adventure.